Grüß Welcome to our last episode of Common Classroom Mistakes. So we're up to Unit 12 now, and the biggest thing that I think with this assignment you need to remember is what I've said before, but know what your limits are, know what you know how to say, stay within inside your limits, say what you know how to say. This unit especially really lends itself to, well, I want to do this, I want to have this profession, or, here's a really specific profession I want. I don't want to just say surgeon or doctor, I want to say brain surgeon, or, heart surgeon. I don't, and you might be stuck on words like that. Remember, the goal of the assignment, show us that you've learned the content of the unit. So even if you need to bend the truth a little bit, lie a little bit about what profession is actually your dream, we want to be seeing that you know how to use what's in the unit. Also, if we sort of look at this assignment in particular, another big thing that comes up is this. So it breaks it down into these questions. Was sind deine Pläne für die Zukunft? Wohin möchten Sie in der Zukunft reisen? And so on. Remember that this is meant to be a paragraph about 10 sentences or more. So the idea is that you take these ideas and you write a paragraph including the answers to these, so that you might not go in order. You remember, with a paragraph, you want to start off with the main idea, telling me about your plans for the future, and you want to fully express that idea. And to fully express it, you want to have all these bullet points covered, and then maybe here are some extra bullet points you can cover down there as well. And so some common mistakes is sometimes I see students, they just answer these questions, 1 through 6, so they'll insert maybe like right here an answer to number 1, and here they'll put a one-sentence answer to number 2, and that's not a paragraph. So be careful of that. And also be careful, don't just put the answer for each question individually later on down the page where you write a paragraph. Don't just write each question or the answer to each question one after another. Remember, a paragraph flows. The idea is consistent. Everything moves from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. So what I mean by students will just sort of answer one question and then put the answer to the next question and then put the answer to the next question. And even though it's in, like a big chunk of text on the page, it's still not really a paragraph. So here'd be maybe an example of what I mean. So maybe say the student answered all these 1 through 6, and then they started putting the answers to these in here. And then, so we have this last question. Haben Sie in der Zukunft eine Familie? Zum Beispiel ein Kind, einen Mann oder eine Frau? Imagine that they answered number 2, and they said, Ja, ich möchte einen Hund haben. Ja, ich möchte eine Familie haben. And you ask yourself, in a paragraph, does that make sense? If you're reading a paragraph about somebody's future and they said, yes, I want to have a cat. Yes, I want to have a family. Was that really a paragraph? Do you include yeses and nos in the middle of a paragraph about something? You really don't. That only happens if you're answering a direct question. But in this circumstance, you're writing a paragraph where you are telling everything. It's not a series of questions and answers. You are providing all of the information out at once. So be sure that you take the general idea of a paragraph of writing about your future, you include those answers, but don't just answer them one after another. That's not a good paragraph. That's just sort of a bulleted list, but all smushed together. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to help make sure that you finish class strong and do awesome.